What happens when the system we depend on gets hacked? Network offline flashes across the screens where grades should be. For thousands of families, the bell never rang. One district in Texas, another in Michigan, both shut down by ransomware within days of each other. Two schools, 1,200 miles apart, same week. Coincidence? Parents can't stop asking questions. What do hackers want from our children? Their identities? Their photos? Or something even more unfathomably criminal? Online theories multiply while officials stay silent, and fear, along with very real concern, fills the vacuum. Whatever the cause, the result is the same. No classes, no payroll, no safety systems, and shaken trust in whether our kids are really safe. A few corrupted files and daily life stops. The worries don't.
We decided long ago that the dangers of excessive and unwarranted concealment of pertinent facts far outweigh the dangers which are cited to justify it.
It wasn't just schools. That same month, researchers uncovered a new campaign spreading quietly through the internet's plumbing itself. A piece of DNS-based malware called Detour Dog, yes, that's a real name, had already infected more than 30,000 websites. For anyone who isn't a techie, DNS is the internet's address book. When you type a website name, DNS finds the real numeric address so your browser knows where to go. This malware hijacks that process. Instead of taking you to the real site, it quietly reroutes you to a fake one that looks identical but is controlled by criminals. You click, you log in, you carry on, and behind the scenes, your information is being copied. It's like someone switching the street signs on your neighborhood overnight. The house looks the same, but you've just walked into someone else's trap. Think about that. 30,000 potential entry points. Any one of them could be a site you visit every single day. If the web can be hijacked at its core, what does secure connection really mean? Imagine you have a friend named Anne. She clicks a link from the local paper, a story about the school board meeting. That page looks normal. Photos, headlines, everything in place. An hour later, her phone buzzes. Suspicious login detected. Her bank account is frozen. Charges she never made appear. Her email starts replying to people on its own. Coworkers get messages from her address with links she didn't send. The school portal where she pays lunch fees is locked. Someone's downloaded student records and photos. By night, she's on the phone with the bank, then the school, then the police. Each call ends with another form, another password change. The bank might restore the money you'd set aside for an emergency, but it can't restore the comm. Now, every ping of her phone sounds like danger. She stops clicking links, even from friends. The cleanup never really ends. Weeks turn into months of paperwork, frozen accounts, and late night dread that the next email could start it all again. Hacking isn't new, it's as old as the internet itself. But the tools have changed. Today, artificial intelligence can write code that powers our lives, making things faster and easier. But the same intelligence is learning to write malicious code too, testing locks, finding keys, and striking faster than any human can react. Security analysts have already seen a surge in AI-driven phishing and info stealer attacks spreading through email at record speed. AI can turn that into a fast-moving loop of fear for anyone online. The same machine learning that recommends a movie can now automate a breach, and it's learning quickly. What happens when the hunter evolves faster than the hunted? I'm not glamorizing it. Hacking used to be a craft. It was hard, slow, and required skill. Now, it's an industry powered by algorithms that never sleep. AI can scan millions of systems in minutes, write new malware when it hits a wall, even imitate human language to trick you into clicking. Some experts call it industrial scale hacking. If yesterday's threats were random knocks on the door, today's are precision strikes launched by code that learns. The fragility we feared before hasn't disappeared. It's accelerating. We trust everything to these systems, our schools, our hospitals, our banks, even our genetic data. In the last episode, we asked what it means when our DNA sits on government servers that never seem secure. This is the same story, just a different kind of code. If ransomware can freeze a classroom, what could a coordinated attack do to the databases holding our medical histories? Maybe the real question isn't if we're connected, but how much of ourselves we've already put online. In 2020, a French company called Ledger, best known for its hardware wallets that store cryptocurrencies offline, suffered a major data breach. Hackers didn't break into the wallets themselves, but into the company's e-commerce and marketing database. That database held customer details, names, emails, phone numbers, and mailing addresses for hundreds of thousands of buyers. Within months, that information appeared on hacking forums and dark web markets. What followed was a wave of phishing emails, scam texts, and even threatening phone calls aimed at Ledger customers around the world. For many, it became the moment they realized that even companies selling security can lose control of the very data meant to protect you. And if you're thinking, that's crypto, it doesn't apply to me, think again. The same pattern repeats every time any company's database is breached. Banks, retailers, hospitals, investment firms, even school systems. Once personal details are stolen, names, emails, phone numbers, they don't vanish. They circulate for years, copied and resold from one criminal list to another. For Ledger customers, the breach happened back in 2020, yet the phishing emails and scam calls still come. Some of the same people are being targeted 5 years later, long after they changed passwords or stopped using crypto altogether. That's the real lesson. It's not about cryptocurrency, it's about exposure. A breach isn't a single moment, it's a shadow that follows you. Every text, every call, every urgent email that sounds just real enough to make you look twice. Analysts report that most cyber attacks now target the systems that keep daily life running: power grids, hospitals, water networks, and schools. Recent research shows a surge in malware and vulnerability exploits across the public sector, hitting infrastructure that was never designed for this level of assault. These aren't random stories. They're cracks spreading through the same foundation: power grids, hospitals, water systems. Classrooms. Remember how store shelves emptied during the lockdowns of 2020? Now imagine that, but with no electricity, no natural gas, no clean water, for weeks in the middle of a deep, cold winter. Every part of modern life runs on the same fragile code that for many makes the difference between comfort and survival. Cybersecurity agencies keep repeating the basics: update, backup, train, verify. But maybe that's not enough. These attacks don't just crash networks, they shape how we live. Constant updates, devices that expire well before their time, software that stops working unless you buy the next model. Every change sold as security. Beneath it all, a quiet march toward digital IDs, first local, then national, then eventually global. Each step wrapped in promises of safety and convenience. History already gives us a warning. Systems built to manage behavior can become systems that control it. In China, what's often called a social credit system uses networks of blacklists and compliance databases to decide who can book flights, ride high-speed trains, or access basic services. Critics warn that expanding such models elsewhere could lead to potential grievous human rights violations. A world where one line in a database quietly decides your right to move, work, or speak. Say the wrong thing, click the wrong link, access denied. Maybe resilience starts closer to home. Maybe it means each of us learning how to guard our own identity instead of waiting for someone else to manage it for us. What would it look like if every household, every school, every city treated digital safety the way we treat fire drills? No panic, just preparation. Yet with so many institutions insisting on keeping our most valuable data on vulnerable servers, the danger remains. Even the most advanced digital ID system could still sit on shaky infrastructure. And the same criminal element will be waiting to exploit it.
We decided long ago that the dangers of excessive and unwarranted concealment of pertinent facts far outweigh the dangers which are cited to justify it.